All right, folks, this is a little bit of a different meeting because normally we just gavel in and start right away. But tonight, because we have the swearing-in ceremonies of me and Commissioner Rogers, and fortunately Christina Murphy, our tax collector, is ill tonight, so she won't be able to take the oath of office. So we don't really start with any particular formality other than the Pledge of Allegiance. So I'll tell you, I've been lucky enough to be a member of the board for 8 years and just got reelected. And after 8 years, I'd like to take the presidential privilege of asking my family if they would lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. It's not difficult. All you got to remember is the first couple of words, and we all take it from there. Okay, we're going to start with Commissioner Rogers, who was just reelected. Congratulations to a term of January 1st of 2018 to December 31st of 2021. And District Justice Andrea Duffy is going to swear you in.
Want to do it over there? Sure. All right, well, it's certainly my honor to perform this oath. Or Roberto. All right, please repeat after me. I, Robert Rogers,
I, Robert Rogers,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United
the Constitution of the Commonwealth,
States and the Constitution,
and that I will discharge the duties
and that I will discharge
of Commissioner of Hatfield Township,
Commissioner of Hatfield,
Montgomery County,
Montgomery County,
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
A pen.
Tom has one?
I don't know.
You want to sign? There you go.
Yeah, everybody come on up. Yeah, I'm a left hand on the Bible, right hand raised.
Owen, I think you all know Owen. I talk about him all the time. And no,
Hi.
he's not yet taller than me. This is my mom and dad, Andy Zipfel, Helen Zipfel. My in-laws, Carol Scher and Walt Scher.
Okay. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
I, Thomas Zipfel,
I, Thomas Zipfel,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear,
that I will support, obey, and defend
support, obey,
Constitution of the United
the
States,
Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of this Commonwealth.
and the Constitution,
I will discharge the duties
and that I will discharge
of Hatfield Township,
of
Montgomery County,
Montgomery County
fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Picture with me while Aaron has the camera out. Jack. I said, did anyone want a picture taken with me while you had the camera out?
Oh, no, picture.
We did as a fundraiser next meeting.
So there's not nearly as many hugs at our regular meetings as there was tonight. Maybe there should be.
Over the past 2 years.
Yeah, that's right. So Aaron, I should gavel us in, right?
Gavel in, I will take roll. The solicitor will then take over the meeting briefly, and then we'll go from there.
All right, so let me officially gavel us in. I'd like to call to order the Hatfield Township Board of Commissioners Reorganization Meeting for January 2nd, 2018.
Commissioner Andrus.
Here.
Commissioner Hughes.
Here.
Commissioner Rogers.
Here.
Commissioner Thomas.
Here.
Commissioner Zipfel.
Here. All right, at this time, I'd like to hand the reins over to our solicitor to assist us in some of the reorganization of our board itself.
Thank you. At this time, I will open the floor for nominations for president for 2018.
I'd like to nominate Commissioner Zipfeld for president.
We're just taking nominations at this time. I'll entertain a motion to close nominations.
Moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Entertain a motion to approve Mr. Ziffel for president for 2018.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Over to you.
Now you can take your presidential privilege for tonight.
Now, Commissioner Hughes reminded me that when I took my presidential privilege of having my family do the Pledge of Allegiance, that I was not yet sworn in as president, so maybe I was a little bit too far out over my skis,
For a moment.
so to speak, just for a moment. All right, so the next item on our agenda, though, is the election of a vice president of the Board of Commissioners, and the chair would like to make the motion to appoint Commissioner Larry Hughes as vice president of the Board of Commissioners.
So moved.
There's a
Second. I'm sorry, second.
Second. Is there any other nominations? Hearing none, then I'll close the, is there a motion to close the nominations?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Thomas, second by Commissioner Rogers. All in favor of closing the record on that, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, then we can actually take a vote on Vice President Hughes, or I'm sorry, Commissioner Hughes, taking the position as Vice President. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. Commissioner Hughes, congratulations, you are Vice President.
Thank you.
Well done. All right, citizens' comments. Any citizens' comments for tonight? We don't have a very long meeting, but we do have two housekeeping items. The first is the appointment of all the professional appointments and then the volunteer appointments. I'm going to take, unless there's an objection from one of the commissioners, I'm going to take all the professional appointments as one motion. Is there a motion to appoint all of the professionals listed in your agenda to the positions that are identified and the individual is identified for those positions.
So moved.
Motion by Vice President Hughes, second by Commissioner Andrus. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All in favor of moving those professionals into those positions, say aye.
Aye.
Hearing none, opposed? Hearing none, that is approved.
Thank you, Commissioners. Mr. President, if I could just ask you to take one more motion
Oh,
on the
there
resolutions,
is.
just so I have a job tomorrow.
That's
I would-
right.
I would appreciate that.
That's right. All right, so there is one resolution on the table, and that's Resolution 1801. Is there a motion to approve the employment agreement of the Township Manager, Secretary, Deputy Secretary, and Aaron Bebro?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Thomas, second by Commissioner Andrus. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All in favor of that motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, that is approved, and our Township Manager has a position that he can come to tomorrow.
Thank you, Commissioners. My kids thank you as well.
On a side
We're all
note,
glad to have you.
Thank you.
on a side note, for those of you who do not regularly attend our meetings or watch our meetings, and I was going to save this to a little bit later, but let me tell you that not only does Aaron do a fantastic job as the Township Manager and Chief as our Chief of Police, and the entire staff does a fantastic job. Day in and day out, they do all the heavy lifting in the Township. It is often that people think that the commissioners have full-time jobs, that we are paid individuals, and the truth is ours is an unpaid leadership position. But the people who really do all the work every day is the staff led by Aaron and Chief on the police side, and they all do an absolutely fantastic job. We regularly hear that. And I know that we mention that at meetings, but what a better, it wouldn't be a good start to the year without letting you know that 2017 was fantastic. We're looking forward to another fantastic 2018. We really appreciate everything you do, so thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to all the Commissioners. Appreciate it.
All right, we only have one other housekeeping item, that is the volunteer appointments. Again, unless there's an objection from anybody, I'm going to take that all as one motion. I'm looking around to see if there's a consensus. I think there is. Is there a motion to appoint all of the volunteers identified on your agenda?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Andrews, second by Commissioner Rogers. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All in favor of that motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, those people are approved. For those of you who are volunteers who are in the room tonight, thank you for volunteering on a lot of different levels. We say it all the time. In order to be a volunteer, another unpaid position, you have to be a little bit of a combination of crazy and committed to your township. And we thank you for doing that. Not many people in today's day and age will leave their house on a cold winter's night multiple times, and then in the heat of the summer, stand out and hand out hot dogs and organize events so that there are bands and people can enjoy themselves, so that hundreds of people can come to our parks. That doesn't happen without the volunteers in this room and the people on this list. So thank you very much for contributing to Hatfield. We really do. We greatly appreciate it. All right. That is all that is on our agenda, other than if there's any other business. Before we end, though, I have some quick thank yous. I see my wife just walked in. I want to thank my family. I mentioned it earlier today, and I'm going to, again, now I will take a presidential privilege. I'm going to start with my in-laws. Thank you very much for coming out tonight. There are countless times when they are over at the house and the phone rings and it's a Hatfield Township event or some question or something, and I have to step out of the room, and it interferes with just kind of our regular day and our being together. And for 8 years, they have supported me and supported my wife, their daughter, in doing that, and that is immense. I'm immensely grateful for that. Owen, who is slinking down in his chair, who is not yet taller than me, but yet will be. His sister, who was playing basketball, couldn't make it tonight, but you'll stand in her stead. For 8 years, pretty much for most of your life, there have been times where I have had to step out and go somewhere or do something where you wanted me somewhere else around. So I want to say thank you, but I'm pretty sure that the folks up here in this dais want to say thank you to you as well. You're a good young man. I'm very proud of you. And so thank you for coming out tonight. Thank you for holding the Bible which is my mother-in-law's Bible from the 1950s, I think she said, right? My mom and dad, there's really not much I can say in just a couple of words to say thank you, but they drove 2 hours tonight in the freezing cold to be here for a 2-minute event. And I tried to dissuade them from doing so, but, you know, I have 2 kids myself, and I said to myself throughout the day, that's what you do when you're a parent. So, thank you very much for everything. Sue's shaking her head.
You're involved with this, right?
Not yet. Not yet.
I won't go home until you provide you with.
And Sue, I can't say thank you enough. Of anyone who has given more support to me to do this, and also to the township, spouses are unrecognized whether you are a commissioner, whether you are a volunteer, whether you are an employee of this township, they go unrecognized. And my wife, I think, is the best at it. In 8 years, she has never complained. I've never heard her call Aaron and say, what are you doing with him now?
I just haven't told you about it.
You're my confidant. You're my best friend. Thank you very much. All right, so I took a lot of presidential privilege here. Any other questions or comments? All right, there's no other business. And with that, unless somebody has anything else, I'm going to entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
So moved.
Motion by Vice President Hughes, second by Commissioner Rogers. Any questions or comments? If not, I'll call the question. All in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. Thanks for coming out, folks.